Welcome back to Danganronpa V3, everyone. We're still in the middle of the fourth trial, and well, now we have to figure out how Mew was able to knock out the bridge over the river, but somehow be able to cross the river without the aid of the bridge. So, we're trying to find that out now, I guess. Ugh.
Way across it only Mew knew about. Like a hidden bridge besides that signboard maybe.
Or instead of bridge, Mew used some kind of vehicle to go over.
Maybe she teleported with magic.
Oh, you stop
Or
it.
she used a warp zone.
That had to be it.
Maybe there's a
Made
place
something.
you can cross without a bridge.
A hidden route that only Mew could use to get across.
Wait a minute, you know what?
It is possible she used that to change places.
Oh yeah, the wall
You guys
added by
are
Mew.
way off. Or maybe I'm just pulling your legs.
Yes, please shut up. A secret method only Mew knows. She tampered with the program. It's hard to imagine that has nothing to do with it. Yeah. I read that correctly. I'm sure she changed something. Yeah. It has to do with the fact that she made her avatar a non-human object, and the extra wall she added.
Way across it only Mew knew about. Like a hidden bridge besides that signboard maybe.
Or instead of bridge, Mew used some kind of vehicle to go over.
Maybe she teleported with magic.
Damn it!
Or she used a warp zone.
Maybe there's a place you could cross without a bridge.
A hidden route that only Mew could use to get across. I suppose it is possible she used that to change places.
Man, you guys are way off. Or maybe I'm just pulling your legs.
I think that's it.
Way across it only Mew knew about. Like a hidden bridge besides that signboard maybe.
Or instead of bridge, Mew used some kind of vehicle to go over.
Or maybe she teleported with magic.
Oh. In the virtual world, there's a rule that says warps and mounts do not exist. Well, it's not. It's the load zone is what I mean.
I was wrong.
Fine.
Way across it only Mew knew about.
But I'm on the right track, I know
Like
that.
a hidden bridge besides that signboard maybe.
I really wish you'd use the touchpad to move the reticle.
Used some kind of vehicle to go over.
Maybe she teleported with magic. Or she used a warp zone.
Maybe there's a place you could cross without a bridge.
A hidden route that only Mew could use to get across.
There we go.
I agree.
Consent.
That's it, Kibo. There was a hidden route only Mew could use. Was there really? Mew modified the program to add a special wall to the world.
Wait a second.
The wall stretches along the y-axis, but we found two such walls in the virtual world. It's
Okay, now I see what it is.
the mansion or the wall near the chapel.
I think. I mean, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I think I understand what it is. Not the load point in the center. My guess is if you walk through one of the two walls, it's just gonna loop back to the other side. That's what I think it is. In which case there really is no need for a load zone, even more so. And it's possible that's how it happened. When Mew knocked the bridge down, it went down the river, all the way to the right, and then looped back around and hit the rocks. That's how the sun got there.
We do know that wall was set so that only objects could pass through.
Don't be naive, Shuichi.
Jesus, man, what is it?
What is it, Kaito?
She up a weird wall like that?
First of all, that actually did spook me. I was so into the game. But also, at the same time, come on, man. What is it? What is it? What?
That is suspicious, but it's got nothing to do with what we were talking about.
Yes, it does.
Nothing to do with it? Huh. You don't even realize your mistake? You losing your edge?
Why is it that the people who want to do this don't know what they're talking about? I think the only person who actually had a fair argument was my hero back in Danganronpa 2. Like, the reasons she interrupted were, like, she had a valid criticism or a bit of confusion that she wanted to get across. And Hajime was able to clear things up for her. But that's, like, the only one that there's ever been. Everyone else just didn't know what they were talking about, was just trying to interfere for no reason.
Oh well, my sidekick's mistakes are my mistakes. I'll make it right.
I'm sure you will. The world loops, you idiot. What?
What we gotta figure out is how Mew got from the chapel to the mansion. So why waste time talking about it's pointless. We gotta take a whole new approach here.
No, we don't.
No, wait just a second. It's not actually impossible at all.
But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up.
Ah, damn. Hey, I thought you said it was Mew who put that wall there. Don't just change your mind about stuff like that.
I was wrong. But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go through it. Humans
Exactly.
pass through.
Yes, and she made her
So Mew obviously
Mew's avatar.
able to go through that wall. She's not just an object.
Shit.
After all.
That was the one.
You get it? So let's go through this one more time.
There was no doubt that Mew was able to pass through that wall. I need to give some kind of proof of that for that.
But you just said so, didn't you? That wall Mew set up only lets non-human objects go through it. Humans aren't able to pass through. So Mew obviously wouldn't be able to go through that wall. She's not just an object after all. I'll cut through your words.
She, technically speaking, she was treated as an object.
The wall wasn't the only thing that Mew changed. She also changed her avatar settings from human to object.
From human to object?
Which means the virtual world treated her avatar as an object. She could have passed through a wall that only non-humans could go through.
Is that right?
Yeah, we talked about it. Were you there when we talked about it? You may not have been. Or were you? I don't remember.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Kaito. We need to listen to everything Shuichi says. I already told you. The more you try, the more you cause us trouble. It's so totally lame that your own sidekick is dissing you!
Kokichi, enough! I wasn't arguing with him. I was just explaining.
I don't care. That doesn't bother me at all. It just means even I make mistakes. Don't worry about it, Shuichi.
Don't worry, Gohan, I won't.
Okay.
It's pretty funny seeing Kaito try to act all tough like this.
Kokichi, please refrain from making such irrelevant and irrational remarks.
So, if Mew messed with the program and made a wall only she could go through, then her secret route was through that wall? That's it, right? Like using a glitch in a game to walk outside the map. I bet Mew had a hidden passage like that in the back of the chapel.
No, it had to be the wall itself.
But even if she could walk through walls, was there really a hidden passage?
Not quite. If I'm reading the situation correctly, it's not so much hidden as it's inaccessible under normal means.
Because Mew said
No, you're not trapped here. Beyond that wall is the end of the world. Literally. Past that wall, nothing exists. Everything ends here. There. Which is true, I suppose.
She probably lied. There would be no point in going if there was nothing on the other side.
Again, it loops.
You lied.
Why are you surprised?
I wonder what the truth is. There's no way to find out now.
That cum-soaked urinal cake was totally lying about there being nothing past the wall.
Watch your profanity.
She lived a life of pride, vulgarity, and secrets. Lying would be a piece of cake for her.
Kichi, you no have to go that far.
Stop it! Don't badmouth Mommy!
Oh, wait, he remembered. It doesn't matter.
Listen to you, talking about Mommy like she was a terrible lying whore.
I am 100% sure that Mew was a virgin. Not that it matters, but it's just the way she talks, and then when everything gets turned back on her. I don't know.
But Mommy wasn't lying. There was no hidden road in that virtual world.
Oh, there wasn't, huh?
Hey! You can't tell them such an important hint!
Oh, if you see that hint is important, then I guess it must be true.
Oh, shoot!
Hi, jeez. You're lucky you're cute.
Was Kokichi saying all that stuff about Mew to get the Cubs to reveal something? I guess I should thank him. I have no idea why he does things sometimes.
So now that we know there's no hidden route, why did she manipulate the program?
To cover her tracks. Are you all that slow?
If there's actually nothing past the wall, then that setting was meaningless.
Amy wouldn't have done something meaningless. She would have had a plan.
Yes. Mew definitely wanted to be able to go through that wall for a reason. We aren't sure why yet, but once we solve the mystery of the virtual world...
Mystery of virtual world?
There have been a lot of strange occurrences in the virtual world. If we can determine why, we will also determine what Mew was up to. You'll know why she wanted to pass through the wall.
Alright, let's clear up those strange occurrences. Yeah, Gonta will help, even though Gonta not know what you're talking about.
Whoever thought it would be funny for Gonta not to understand the virtual world? I mean, it's not funny. It's just kind of, it's kind of exhausting to deal with.
Speaking of strange occurrences, I'm just plain worried about that one thing. Remember? That thing that made us notice all the strange occurrences?
Remind me? Was it the loud noise? The events that led us there.
This is it!
Eh.
You mean the loud sound that you and I heard in the kitchen?
Now that I think about it, is it possible that that was the sign looping back around and hitting the rocks? Ah! What? What was that sound? It sounded as if something was struck very hard. It came from outside, but...
You all heard that sound too?
Yes, in the mansion's kitchen.
But that sound occurred near the chapel. How did you hear it all the way at the mansion?
First off, sound can't go past the map loading point. Did that sound really come from the chapel?
That sound was something hitting the chapel wall. It was real loud.
And we definitely heard it. We heard Kibo's voice as well.
Right. So, I mean, am I right? Is it those two walls looping back to each other? For now, let's go outside and check. Oh no. What? That was Kibo's voice, right? I think I heard him outside. He sounded close.
You heard my voice too?
What? That is pretty strange.
Exactly. That has to be some kind of clue to the mystery of the virtual world.
Okay, well, let's check the answers later and try to find all the other clues first. There was another mysterious phenomenon in the virtual world, wasn't there?
Kokichi talked like he noticed something, pretending not to know.
Even Gonda is suspicious of me? I always thought you would be the one to trust me.
Sorry, going to not mean it like that. There's no need to apologize to him. He's probably just lying again.
What was the other strange occurrence? Did you see it, Shuichi?
Another mysterious phenomenon. Something that shouldn't be possible, like Mew in the mansion or that loud noise. Let me think. I need to remember everything else that happened in there. Fuck this. Alright. I vaguely remember how to play. Good. What am I looking at here? Oh, nice. Whoops, that's the one I meant to hit. Oh, that works though. Yeah, the sign. No, but it doesn't work. Great. Nope. We're kind of stuck here now. Huh. Pretty sure it was the sign. That's what I said before. Ah, well, there we go.
I see it. The sign that we were using as a bridge was odd to me.
Odd how?
We mentioned it before, but Mew dropped the sign in the river.
Whoops, my hand slipped.
We found it later, but there was something unnatural about it.
Finding the sign was definitely weird. I'm most confused about how the sign got there. I should remember exactly what happened with that sign. Alright, here we go. Alright, if you want to do this. Can I use R2? No, it has to be the X button. Alright, fine. Oh, don't move. Don't move. You're making it harder. Don't move around like this. At which point was the signboard swept away? It went to the east. Or to the right, if you'd want to say that. Either way. It went towards the chapel? Ah! The river, I guess? At which point? You need to phrase that better. "208 kilometers an hour. Should be fine." Where is the end of the river? I never cared that much for neon colors. I mean, I like them enough, but, chapel side. Woohoo! So what are your names? That's cool. Oh, other cars. What if I crash into them? We're done. Where was the signboard found after it was swept away? Next to the mansion. Oh, do I run out of gas if I make too many wrong decisions? Is that how that works? Woo! This is fun. Uh-oh. Sumugi. I want Mew back. And Kaede. And lovely Kirumi. And Thick-Dyed Tenko. Compared to the river's current, which way did the signboard float? It floated to the east. Or to the right side. Or to the chapel side, however you want to phrase it. With the current, yeah. Where? It floated with the current. What are you talking about? It did not go against the current. It went with the current. What the fuck are you talking about? It can't float against the current unless it's a motorized somehow.
The sign was carried against the river's current.
How? I don't want to see that again. That's against the current? That's with the current. What do you define as against the current? It went down. Forget it. Yeah, that's with the current.
We all saw Mew drop the sign and watch the river carry it downstream. And the river was wide there. The sign should have traveled downriver toward the chapel, correct? It should have hit the wall on the far side of the chapel and stopped there. But that's not where we found it. We found it near the mansion, nestled in some rocks.
Because the world loops.
The signboard should have been near the chapel, but we found it on the other side.
Hold up. Didn't you stay on the chapel side?
Supposedly.
Probably grabbed the signboard from the chapel wall to cross the river.
That would probably take too long to do, honestly. and she would have to pick it up and throw it on the other side to get caught up in the rocks.
Then left it on the boulders near the mansion so she could get back.
Why would she leave the signboard where it could get swept away and leave her stranded?
Also, this has nothing to do with walking through the wall, right? We're getting off topic. We're so close to the truth. We just have to connect the how and what. All the mysterious things that happened have to connect with each other somehow.
Connect how?
Connect 4.
A wall only objects can pass through. Sounds that shouldn't be heard. A signboard going against the river current. How are they all connected?
The world loops. That's how they're connected. It's like if you're playing something like Final Fantasy, when you're flying across the planet using an airship, how the game just loops you back to the starting point.
I don't know, but Shuichi should know, right?
Have none of you guys ever played video games before? Like this is, I think this game came out in 2017. So at that point in time, you should all know how video games work.
What?
We would be in a lot of trouble if you didn't. The only one who can solve this mystery and save us all is you.
Yeah.
So, how are they connected? Do you know Shuichi?
Well, what we know so far is that the unnatural way the sign was carried is possibly related to the wall.
That doesn't tell us anything. What the? What clue is related to the natural way? What do you want me to say here? The wall, I guess?
This is it.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's what we're talking about. How does it come to the wall?
That only objects can pass through.
So, just saying that should tell you what it is.
The sign should have stopped at the wall on the other side of the chapel. But if that wall happened to be the one that you set to allow objects through,
I see. It's a wall only non-humans can pass through.
Mm-hmm.
That means the signboard can pass through the wall, right?
Even if it could pass through the chapel wall, how did it end up by the mansion?
It loops for the... I don't know how many times that I've said that.
The only way it could do that is if the wall was a warp zone. But it's not, right?
Depends how you look at it. I don't know if you want to... I don't know if you want to call looping warping exactly, but it depends on how you want to define it, I guess. I wouldn't call it that. That's right. That's the real issue here. How could the signboard pass through the wall but end up on the mansion side? What would explain that?
Leave it to me, Shuichi. I, your partner, will give you hints in times of trouble.
What? I'll say this. Sometimes what he says actually turns out to be accurate.
This is the virtual world. We should throw away all of our common sense, okay?
Huh? The hell does that even mean?
Kokichi might be onto something there. We need to forget about what we know and just think about it. What does that mean? How did the signboard pass through the wall downstream and end up upstream? It looped, you idiot! Putting common sense aside and focusing on the flow of the river. Someone teleport. Yeah. Yes, this.
that's it.
They connect. It loops.
What if both ends of the river were connected?
both ends of river connected?
Exactly. To put it another way, the river isn't cut off at the wall near the chapel. It's all part of one big loop. The upstream part of the river is connected to it.
The last horse finally crosses the finish line. And even said loop, too. Yes, it loops. I don't know, I play video games so often, it's... like, that's why I'm getting annoyed here. Because this is all, like, second nature stuff to me. But fuck, man. How do none of you get it?
What are you talking about? Both ends of the river can't...
Again, throw out all common sense from your head. We're talking about the virtual world.
Then what about the wall? There was only one wall that could be passed through.
Right. Even if the river's connected and it goes through the chapel wall,
Loop.
it wouldn't have been able to go through the mansion wall too.
If the walls are treated as one wall in the virtual world's programming, you know, since the rivers connect, the programmers, or Mew in this case, could have treated both walls as one wall. You know, just because how everything loops back to each other. Wait, in that case...
I got it. I know why Mew only set up one wall.
What are you talking about now?
The reason she only set up one wall is because the chapel and the mansion walls... one wall was already in place, they're the same wall, the exact duplicates.
That's it.
Yeah, the game treats the game.
The walls by the chapel and the mansion aren't separate. They're the same wall.
Yeah.
The same wall? It's not just the river. The walls themselves are connected. Don't think of it as two separate walls, but a single wall parallel to the y-axis. That single wall divides the entire virtual world. The idea is, you pass through the wall by the chapel and come out by the mansion.
Yes, because it loops. Jesus.
Everything's starting to connect. See, didn't I tell you? Everything is connected.
Damn it, Kokichi, just tell us.
It's okay. More importantly, this is the final stretch! If both the river and wall are connected, then you can find the secret. Shuichi, you already know the secret behind the virtual world, right?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't. I'm sure if Shuichi's figured it out, you know, tell me. Is there no secret? Is that what it is? Mew's already lied this much, hasn't she? The secret, huh? Yes. I suppose we should clear that up. We need to solve the mystery of the virtual world. Hangman's Gap. Shit, I hate this one. Oh, got it. World. Okay, I think I'm at. Okay, yeah. Need an R here. Gotcha. Okay, world. Damn it. No, damn, I'm out. What the hell was this? It's a P. S? Come on! Okay, world loop. Okay, it is. World loop. It's a Q. World loops. Plural? I'll try it anyway. Oh, that is it. Okay.
I see now. Yes, that's it. The virtual world is a loop.
Ah.
Loop.
Okay, now he's finished the race.
Just like in old games, right? Like, for example,
Final Fantasy?
when a character goes off the left side of the screen and reappears on the right.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. The edges of the virtual world are linked together in a continuous loop.
Great job, Izuru.
World.
Yeah, it's a video game.
What in the world?
The digital world.
If that's true, it would explain the way the signboard was swept away.
My God.
It vanished into the wall downstream of the river, came out of that same wall upstream.
Yeah, exactly.
And floated with the currents until it got caught on the rocks.
That's exactly how it happened.
What was the world like before Mew added the wall?
Good question. I would imagine that maybe actually did stop there. Maybe she added the loop herself.
Actually, there wasn't a wall on the y-axis at all, and the x-axis was set to loop.
Ah, really?
Are you serious? Even if it is a computer program, isn't that too crazy?
No.
A looping world. That's more extraordinary than even magic.
Is it? Because Final Fantasy 1 did that back in, was it 1987, I think? I always forget what year the first game came out.
But at least it's not a boring answer. It also explains all the things that happen.
Huh? It doesn't explain everything, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Because we still don't know why we heard that one sound or Kibo's voice.
It was the loop.
Yeah, sound doesn't go past the nap loading point.
Correct, which is why the sound came from the loop point.
Actually, if we know that the world is a loop, we can explain that as well.
Huh? Really?
Yes, but first we need to be clear where the loop starts. Where the loop starts. Doesn't it loop at the walls next to the mansion and chapel?
Technically, it should
Not
be.
necessarily. If we heard a noise at the chapel from inside the mansion, then the loop.
It could be. No, that's the. I'm thinking. Ah, damn. Over there. What? Over there. If the x-axis loops, wouldn't the loop point be running through the world vertically? I thought the y-axis was vertical. The loop point... Is it in the mansion? Maybe the loop is the mansion? Wouldn't the loop point run through the whole world rather than be confined to one location?
Oh no!
Give me a second. Give me a sec. Wait, is it? Hold on. This?
There! The map loading point was was where the virtual world looped. We thought the loading point was in the middle of the map. But the loading point was actually at the edges.
Ah. But wait, but when they actually step through that okay, I think I see it though. I see it.
So the wall Mew created wasn't at the edges of the world, but rather her wall was at the center of the world.
I said before that I thought it was the load point. But then they added the walls on either side thing, and that, well, not threw me off, but added some more to the mystery. Yeah. So this is what the world actually looks like. The way it's designed, I mean. Yeah.
I see. So the mansion and chapel were near each other, with a wall between them. And any sounds emitted near the chapel would also reach the mansion. The wall only allows non-humans to pass through, so sounds should be able to pass through easily. That's right. That's how the virtual world works.
Impressive, Shuichi!
Thank you, Uryu.
For you to get this far! Yes! Yes! You are useful indeed!
Let me just check something real quick. What was your talent again? Yes, Ultimate Supreme Leader.
For you to get this far, what are you, some villain pulling the strings?
Is he?
Nope. You pulled the strings here, not me. Remember?
I don't, because Mew is absolutely perfect and innocent and would never do anything bad to anyone ever for any reason at all.
Mew also set this trap.
What trap?
It all began when Mew showed us the map.
Oh, you know what? Now that I'm looking at it. That's interesting. I wonder if that was done on purpose. Okay, so I'm thinking like, okay, the load point in the center there. Like the way it's drawn out made it look like they're just trying to make a clearly defined load point. But now I'm looking at it again. It looks more like the map was torn in two. And probably swapped. Oh, wait. It all began when Mew showed us the map. Yeah, so... Yeah, okay.
Because of the map, we mistakenly thought the loading point was at the center. Which in turn made the mansion and chapel seem farther away from each other.
Yeah, so it is torn down the middle.
But the structure of the world wasn't actually like that. There was a wall along the y-axis, and the x-axis came around in a loop.
By putting that wall in the center of that world, she cut off the loop.
So ever since Mew showed us that map, we were caught in her trap. But we solved this mystery thanks to Shuichi. All hail our savior!
Yeah, if Shuichi wasn't here, then we never would have solved this mystery.
I get the feeling that the way that Kokichi keeps trying to praise Shuichi, it's like he's it's like he's trying to put all this pressure onto Shuichi. Like purposefully, I mean.
That's right. Good work, Shuichi.
Thanks, Shuichi. You saved us. You're welcome.
What's wrong, Kaito?
Just because we found out the virtual world's secret doesn't mean we can take it easy yet. Actually, this culprit hunt just got to the exciting part. Even if we know all the tricks, it's pretty meaningless if we don't find the culprit. That's how a class trial works, after all!
Kiichi talking like Monokuma again. No matter what you say, I'm not gonna believe your lies. I'm gonna believe in everyone. That's how I'm gonna reach the truth.
I can't wait to see what happens next!
What is Kokichi's plan here? He's definitely prodding Kaito on purpose. Well, there's no time for distractions like him. What we have to do is find the culprit who killed Mew. Please don't say that. It doesn't matter how many little mysteries we solve, if we can't find the culprit, it would all be for nothing. I still don't know for sure who it could be. Who used Mew's own plan against her to kill her? Don't say that. Don't phrase it that way. Who killed Mew? Don't say that. Just say hamburger time. Who hamburger time me? Okay, that's a fairly obscure reference. Metalocalypse. Intermission? No. Man, I'm bushed. I got no motivation at all. And Monophony's period is late too. Ugh. Well, how do you know that? Father, why do you know Monophony's cycle? Yes, why do you know that? Never mind that. Perhaps this lack of motivation is due to a lack of hibernation. Lack of hibernation? I haven't been sleeping well lately, so I haven't really been able to hibernate. That's awful. What could be causing it? Is it because you have a lot on your mind? Is it because the graveyard shift pays a better hourly wage? Is it because you don't want them to think you're just goofing around? Is it because you want to stay friends? Is it because you want to watch it in real time? Watch what? What are you talking about? Father? He's gone into hibernation. We should let him be. Yeah, you're right. Night-night. Oh, that was useless. I wonder what the writers think when they write those scenes.
My head. I feel like I'm forgetting someone important to me, but I just can't.
Is it Monosuke? Are you forgetting about Monosuke?
My head hurts so much, I just can't remember.
Right now,
Have you forgotten? Maybe that's for the best. From this point forward, let's start a new life for ourselves. After all, our baby is excited to meet his daddy, you know?
Oh, God. Alright, look, man, I was for it when it was Korakiyo and his sister, but you two, I don't know about that.
Daddy? Wait, what? I'm gonna be a father?
You shouldn't be.
What a colossal death flag. I'll be surprised if he doesn't die after that.
It's either going to be him or Monophony. And considering the mental issues that Monotaro is going through, he easily could be the survivor. But then he might die at the end of the game anyway.
More importantly, let's continue the conversation where we left off.
We understand Mew plotted the murder, but we need to find out who killed her.
And in order to figure that out, we need to understand Mew's actions. So let's discuss her murder scheme step by step.
I know that's important, but hearing you lead the conversation really pisses me off.
Just leave it for right now.
Mew manipulated the virtual world to use it as part of her murder plan.
Which she was justified in doing.
Don't just ignore me and start anyway.
Can we just fucking leave it for right now, man?
If she had succeeded, she would have gone past the wall between the chapel and mansion. And then wham! Murdered me on the roof with the hammer.
She would make the murder seem like it happened in the real world, and then pin it on Kaito.
As for Mew's alibi in the real world, she could say she was locked into the virtual world. And in the virtual world, she could say she was near the chapel the entire time.
She'd make an excuse about how she couldn't reach the mansion because of the fallen bridge.
What are you loading? Whoops, my hand slipped.
She dropped the bridge on purpose so she could separate the chapel from the mansion. Then secretly passed through the wall she installed and took advantage of the loop. After, she headed to where we were supposed to meet up, the mansion's rooftop. Oh yeah, Kaito was probably logged out around that time too.
That's when I saw Mew.
Problem is, because of her murder plans, we don't even know where she was killed.
She was killed on the roof, right? Kokichi told us the roof door was locked and that he couldn't get through.
Maybe that when culprit killed her.
That's probably what happened. The culprit killed her on the locked roof.
Did the culprit lock the door to the roof?
Perhaps. I don't think Mew did it. If Mew did lock it, she would have done it when she called Kokichi to the roof. Even if someone came up, I don't believe she would change the target of her plan. She knew that Kokichi would come up later. Locking the door would be suspicious.
Well, it's possible she didn't even think that far ahead.
I doubt that. She knew exactly what she was doing. She actually is smarter than people want to give her credit for.
She was smart. She was also really, really dumb.
Socially, maybe.
No say such mean things. Killing game bad, not Mew. Mew not bad person. Going to think we could have been friends if things different.
That might have been difficult, even without this killing game.
That wouldn't happen.
Nuh-uh. No way, Jose.
But Mew's awesome. What are your guys' problem?
Anyway, let's continue the discussion. If Mew was killed on the roof of the mansion, the culprit must have moved Mew's avatar to the chapel after killing her, right?
I would think so. Unless Mew somehow stumbled after being attacked. She somehow stumbled back to the chapel and collapsed.
So the next thing we should talk about is how they moved her avatar.
Now we know the mansion and chapel were actually next to each other. The problem is the wall between them.
Oh, you know what? I think I might know how it was done. Maybe. We'll see. I was thinking maybe someone just took her avatar and threw it through the loop back to the chapel. Well, the wall, I mean, not the loop.
Only Mew was able to go through that wall. the culprit wouldn't have been able to.
Then you're saying the culprit sent Mew's avatar through that wall?
Yeah, that's the only way, right?
Unless Mew very stupidly fell and rolled.
But how did the culprit send Mew's avatar through the wall?
Oh, this is an accidental suicide. That's gonna be terrible and hilarious, but mostly terrible because it's Mew.
I mean, it's not like they could have thrown her. Gonta, not throw her!
Why do you say that, Gonta?
We know. You couldn't because the avatar's physical strength was equalized.
That just means that in a straight up fight, they'd be evenly matched. That doesn't mean that he can't pick her up and do something.
Physical strength equalized? That problem. Gonta no can protect everyone if that happens.
Please, keep up with us. We're already in the second half of the class trial.
How did they send Mew's avatar to the other side of the wall?
Are they actually aware of the intermissions? Interesting.
Maybe that thing has something to do with it. You know, the loud sound you heard.
I'm still thinking about the lattice that we found with her. Ah. What? What was that sound?
Because of that sound, you guys went to the side of the chapel. Right, Keyboy? That's when you found the dead Mew there, right?
Don't phrase it like that.
If so, then I think that sound and her avatar being by the chapel are related.
Yes, there's no doubt in my mind that the noise is related to this case. We need to figure out what that sound could have been. It might be the clue we need to solve this case. So what was it? It sounded like something slamming hard into something else. So what were those two things? It could be... Damn, hitting the wall, hitting the wall. Maybe the lattice work next. Maybe the lattice work next. That's what you call it. Lattice work. That's what you called it. Maybe the lattice work next to Mew's avatar struck the wall. Do you think a lattice would make such a loud noise? Yeah. Have you seen the size of it? Yeah. I don't think the impact would be loud enough to startle everyone into going outside.
Oh no!
Man, I'm down low.
That's it!
Yeah. So okay. So I didn't make that
I
as
think the
a.
sound came from Mew's avatar hitting the chapel wall.
I did suggest that earlier, but I wasn't entirely sure if that was the case.
The hammer, cell phone, and lattice were there, but they were too small to make that noise.
All right, fine. But a whole body was though.
Ruling those out, the only other explanation is that the sound was Mew colliding with a wall.
If that's the case, Mew's avatar must have hit the chapel wall really hard. We felt the impact all the way from the inside of the chapel.
Yeah, that's the real question. Mew's avatar probably hit the chapel's wall with pretty considerable force. But why did it hit the wall with such force? Can you guys figure it out?
Hold on, Kokichi. What's up with the way you're talking? Why are you talking like you know everything?
Let's not worry about that right now. More importantly, we gotta solve the mystery. Fighting among friends is a waste of time.
Oh, great. Do not tell me you actually did it.
Friends? Us?
Anyway, can we talk about that after we figure this problem out?
A way of transporting Mew's avatar that would cause it to crash into the chapel.
Put it on top of the lattice and just slide it? That's what I'm thinking. Getting Mew's avatar to crash into the chapel from the mansion's roof. there's only one way I could think of how to do that.
Hey, Shuichi, as your partner, I'll give you a little hint.
Your what?
Since the mansion was on top of a hill, the roof was pretty high up, right? Past the brick handrail, the roof was at a pretty steep slope. And the slope faced the chapel wall. On top of that, there was snow on the roof. If the culprit needed force to move the body, I wonder how they did it.
Yeah, they slid her down. Kokichi's talking as if he's got the whole thing figured out already. But I can't let him distract me. I need to solve the case. How to make Mew hit the chapel wall from the roof of the mansion. I'm going to find the answer. Oh. Oh, you know, fuck it. I'm not doing this. I'm not. Hold on. That's what I thought. I'd rather do it on my own, but I don't have that much health left. Wait, oh. Wait. Oh, God, I didn't mean to fucking hit that. Is that a Monokuma? What happens if I hit the Monokuma one? There we go.
I see now.
There we go. Slid off roof. Is Monokuma instant loss?
The culprit used the sloped roof as a slide for Mew's avatar.
Yes, I was right.
Slide? Aw, man. Even with the slope and the snow, Mew's body wouldn't have slid.
Wrong. It would slide.
But the avatars can generate friction. We wouldn't have been able to walk otherwise. So I doubt that it would have had that much momentum.
No. It would slide.
It wouldn't slide, just like Maki Roll said.
The snow, plus the lattice itself, plus the steep slope. Yeah, it would have.
It would slide, just like Shumai said.
Who the hell is Shuma?
Ugh.
Oh, he's a pupil of Ramen Man. Sorry, my hobby slipped in.
I don't know who any of those people are. I'm positive that's how Mew's avatar was moved, but maybe the culprit used something else as well to help her body slide. Yeah, the lattice. We found it with alright, fine. The lattice.
Even if her avatar slid off the roof, would it slide off that quickly?
It would.
Eh.
Made that much noise. It must have built up a lot of steam.
Lots of snow piled up on the roof. Not frozen solid, right?
Still slide though.
In the real world, it might be difficult. But in the virtual world, perhaps not.
That's not the issue. Sliding down snow is easy to do. You just need a sled or skis to cut the friction.
Exactly.
There was nothing like that around though.
Yes, there was.
That's wrong.
No, wait. There was something that could have been used to help slide Mew's body. Do you remember the lattice that was found by Mew's avatar? The culprit later on top of that and used it as a sled on the roof. I did notice the lattice in the storage room when I first looked. But during the investigation, I saw that it was gone.
Which I pointed out.
to the chapel is the one that disappeared from the roof? Then that's it. The culprit used the lattice as a sled.
Oh, now all of a sudden you're on board.
Ding, ding, ding! That's correct! After the culprit killed Mew on the rooftop, they placed her corpse on a sled and slid her down the roof's steep slope.
The sled picked up speed, flew off the roof, glided through the wall only objects could pass through, and hit the chapel.
To do that, though, what is that green thing in the corner? Do you see that? Top left-hand corner, that lime green. I don't know if that's maybe a glitch of the game itself or what. But the only way the culprit would do this is if they knew about the loop and like knew that Mew would actually go through it. Like unless they actually plan to just dump a body right there next to the mansion, they would have had to have known about the loop ahead of time. Ah, man. I don't want to see that.
Made all of her belongings scattered, including the hammer and cell phone.
Just like that hedgehog who loses all his things whenever he crashes into stuff.
Yeah. I think his name is Shadow? Something like that?
I hate that guy and his worldwide fame and his stupid games, and I hate that hedgehog!
Man, what did Shadow do to you? Or Silver? Oh, is it Amy?
Daddy, I'm glad you're feeling motivated again, but you shouldn't be so hateful. Yeah, that'd be an example to our new family.
Oh, God.
Yeah, Father. Or should I start calling you grandfather now?
Grandmother, maybe? Junko, are you in there?
Now that we know how the body slid down, we're just one step away from the culprit.
Then again, the Danganronpa V3 anime. I wonder. We'll see, though.
Well, Shuichi, do you know who the culprit is?
The culprit.
Yeah. In the end, we'll still need to guess the culprit, huh?
But Gonta can't believe one of us killed me.
Don't phrase it like that.
However, since we know she was killed on the roof, we can narrow down the list of suspects. Meaning, the culprit must be someone who was investigating the mansion. Aside from you, the people at the chapel could not go through the wall or cross the river.
So that means the suspects are Kaito, Samugi, Shuichi, and Gonta.
That's real sneaky, leaving yourself off the list.
Ooh, you got me.
That's right. 5 suspects. Me, Sumugi, Good Guy Gonta, Kokichi, and Kaito. We don't know enough to name the culprit yet, but one of them is suspicious. When we were talking about the rooftop, they clearly lied. But what reason would they have to lie? I'll need to press them for information before making any judgments. Alright, so he has an idea of who it is.
It's you.
Did you do something?
Kokichi, there's something I need to know.
What do you need to know?
Why did you lie just now?
Which lie are you talking about, Shuichi? I lie a lot, so you'll need to jog my memory.
Fine. I'll expose your lie right now.
Also, I never went to the roof, not even for the meeting. Right. It all began when Mew showed us the map. That's probably what happened. The culprit killed her on the locked roof.
It was that testimony that bothered me.
It couldn't have been locked, right? And he claims it was locked, but then we go there and it's unlocked. I mean, that's an easy thing to. That's an easy lie to disprove, right? So which one are we looking for here? Oh, whoops. Which one are we looking for? Oh, I've got 4 minutes to finish it. Great. All the time in the world. I could probably get to it now, actually, but let's see. Up to the roof room for the meeting. Shows the map. That's probably what happened. The culprit killed her. Has to be this one, right? Oops.
I see it.
Even never went to the roof, and how we know it was locked, right?
When you were explaining that the door to the roof was locked, you said,
And I quote here. Also, I never went to the roof, not even for the meeting.
but later you said,
And I quote again. Since the mansion was on top of a hill, the roof was pretty high up, right? Past the brick handrail, the roof was at a pretty steep slope. And the slope faced the chapel wall. On top of that, there was snow on the roof. Oh, there you go.
that's a lot of specific information. Stuff you wouldn't know if you hadn't been there.
Oh yeah! Now that you mention it, how did you know all that stuff?
You could probably see the steep slope of the roof from outside the mansion.
That's what they can
You
too.
wouldn't know about the brick handrail unless you went up to the roof yourself.
And that's another good point. Well, dude, you're lying again here. You're acting surprised when you were leading everyone to suspect you.
Huh? What?
What's this all about, Kokichi? Did you actually go to the rooftop?
I didn't. I already told you that before.
Why you look so nervous?
Who knows?
Is this a sincere reaction?
I don't know.
But there's no evidence that proves I went to the roof. Wait, I remember now. That thing Himiko said.
Me?
At the start of the class trial, I remember you saying the handrail was made of bricks.
Did she say that?
Ooh, you so clumsy, girl. Gotta be more careful there, Himiko.
Is it my fault?
Himiko really say that?
I don't think she did.
She totally said that.
He's lying again.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
My God.
She did not.
She did too.
Then when? Tell me how long ago. In hours, minutes, and seconds.
It wasn't hours.
What a worthless fight! Stop it, Grandpa! All
Ah.
this terrible fighting is bad for the baby!
You're not pregnant.
Yeah, Grandfather! Stop them before your grandkid is born!
I'm not gonna apologize, because Himiko said it.
So damn stubborn.
How much longer are you going to behave like this?
Forever. We don't have time for this. But Kokichi is stubborn. He won't fess up no matter what. But if he's being this stubborn, it makes me think he has something to hide. To get him to show his hand, I have to prove he was on the roof. I might not like it, but I have to be aggressive. Great, you know what? I'll be aggressive some other time. I need to rest for a second. So we'll pick this up later, everyone. So until then, I'll talk to you guys later.